Super nice people right there at the check-in spot. They were kind of funny, joking with each other. And they said, go on to door 41. And I said, hey, is there any way to talk to anybody over here? So that they don't take the whole load off the trailer because there's 2 stops. And he's like, they should know. I'm like,
You want me to reschedule you for tomorrow?
No. It is a beautiful morning. You can tell it's humid outside because the windows upstairs, there's condensation. Oh man. Oh, hi, Murphy. What are you doing outside? All right, let's get to work. Everyone's still sleeping, but sun's peeking through. It might be a little overcast out there. Got a bag, and let's go. Trimmed up the yard a little bit yesterday, or 2 days ago actually. Sun is peeking through. Fire in the hole on a Wednesday. There we go. Let's idle up and get some air. That's how you do it with the Kenworths, these newer ones. A lot of them are this way though, kind of the cruise control on and set, and it'll idle up, and you can use this to go higher. There you go. There's old Top Golf over there on the right. Kind of grateful that the appointments are a little bit later in the day because I don't have to fight morning traffic. So 85 is flowing. I love it. I did have a guy with a flatbed, an empty one, just like that guy merging on right here. Completely like dived between 2 cars, like barely had enough room to get through. Shot through both of them and then went the next lane over. I'm like, good golly, man, come on. He was flying also, but couldn't catch the name of his truck. It was D&D or something like that, but jeez. Be careful out here, guys. I don't want no accidents happening. Don't need none of that stuff. We're gonna stop up here. I did check RTS, the fuel card I use. Fuel card I use the most. They always have the best discounts for me, at least in my area. They had 308 as fuel prices. If I was heading towards Florida, if I was going the opposite way, there was my usual place I go, my 7-Eleven, or I'll stop at exit 125, but I didn't even look at that. But either way, over here it's 316, so I lose 8 cents a gallon, but I'm not going to fill all the way up, so it's not like I'm going to save that much. But I remember shredding some trees over there. I remember we went down to my vacation at Hilton Head, South Carolina. Beautiful beach down there if you ever get time to go down. And it was $2.90, so we raised about 26 cents about for what I'm going to pay right now. I'm sure that has something to do with kind of the conflicts going around in the world right now, but yeah, a little bit higher than it was last time I fueled up. But it's been a while, so I'm glad to be back at it. Let's get a little bit of fuel in big old girl, and we'll stop up here at exit 60, that giant 7-Eleven that was just built. Fresh tanks in the ground, fresh fuel. It's good to be back behind the wheel though, back on 85. We'll let all these guys go ahead and get off here at 56 and take the middle lane. There we go. But 85's flowing, that's the best you can do, all you can ask for. Because all you guys that truck through here, you know 85 can be a nightmare sometimes. There's the beautiful exit 60 Peterbilt store. It says 80 degrees out there. Don't feel that hot yet. Not so humid as I thought it was going to be. They have the dump trucks on display. Usually they got like a 579 out there. Showing off the dump trucks. All right. Not too many car haulers either. Normally they're lined up. There's about 4 of them in that first line, which usually it's full, which is probably like 30 or 40 of them. All right. We got a green light? We do got a green light. That's rare. Take the far lane behind Epps. Make this right turn. There's pretty much an empty dry box back there. You call it, if you're new to trucking, dry van trailers, which is the typical trailer out there, the most common. They call it a dry box, but mine is pretty light. I only have 5,000 pounds back there. You can put as much as 46, maybe 47, depending on how much your truck weighs, because you can't be over 80,000 pounds. That's the rule. Southeast Trailer Mart, that truck over there on the right, the F-250 with the rack on it, that guy, that's right next to my house. If you ever need trailer repairs, major ones, a whole roof replaced, whole side replaced, they do all that stuff. Might take them a little bit of time, but they got the means to do it. Paint trailers, everything. Cool guys. Travis, I asked for Travis over there. If you guys were wondering earlier why I idle up my motor when you first start it, same thing is kind of cooling it down. You want it to get up to temperature before you start pounding on it. Even though I'm not heavy right now, you still just want to be habit Before you start running it, make sure all your coolant's full, your oil, of course, check that with your pre-trip. But also when you're done running for the day, bring your oil temperature back down a little bit, let the truck idle, you know? Just makes everything longevity, last a little bit longer. That's what you want. All right, we got the arrow. There's a 579 right there, flat top. Let's get some fuel and then carry on to Charlotte, which is not very far from here, like 80 miles. Little bull hauler over there, okay.
Yeah, I like them better instead of the one I got. Like the one I got, man, I bet.
I don't know who's talking right now, but they must be close.
Hey, you're gonna have to go around, ain't you? No, we can go out there.
Must be a pilot car. I don't know where they're at. It must be a QT or something. But they are loud and clear. Let's get some fuel. Got a few of these nice new BMWs right here. My big old girl sits by herself back there, but I checked the sticker on this one. 93,000. Engine assembled in Austria, transmission in Germany. But yeah, all of these are final assembly. Any SUV you see for a BMW is made right over across the street. Pretty cool. That's where I live, but that grill is pretty cool too. That must be an electric one because it's like all blocked off, has to be. Don't need the airflow. Don't have a hot motor behind it. All right, 7-Eleven. This one, one thing that sucks is you gotta walk like 2-3 football fields to get to the store. And their kiosk out there doesn't let you use the card. A lot of them don't, so you have to go inside. A lot of the pilots will, but that exit 125 does also. Going down 26 towards the beach, towards Charleston or towards Florida. These ones though, you gotta walk just a bit, not bad. Get your steps in. Yeah, 310 if I pay with this. All right, thanks guys. Once again, the system is down. It's not an RTS thing. It's a their fuel system. So I don't know what I'll do because maybe I'll go down to the pilot next exit 63, I think it is. It's funny, but it's also sad because that card, RTS referrals. That's for Jake when you call. He's down in the description below the anything. But anyways, only problems I've ever really had getting it to work is at 7-Eleven. So looks like they're having a big meeting too. Kind of see way back there's a bunch of stuff out, but maybe they can get that working someday. Not 100% sure how that car ended up over there with some tree branches on top of it, but hey, must have been a wild ride. So Pilot still doesn't have a better price than 7-Eleven, so there's another 7-Eleven right past exit 63 on exit 72. Why are we on the brakes, buddy? Okay, here's someone else going slow in front of you. Okay, all right. We'll follow your lead and get one lane over. But yeah, so we're gonna go try that at 7-Eleven, but what if it's like a complete network failure? Because looking at the computer screen, kind of looked like it was like MS-DOS mode. MS-DOS mode, if you remember that from back in the day, where the computer was just kind of completely like shut down or no network connectivity or something. I don't know. But maybe it's just that one. That's what I'm hoping for. I got enough fuel to probably get me to the first stop. Sorry, I had to sneeze. That's a nice W9 over there. You know, a little flame paint job on, a little maroon. Get me to the next stop, but I'd rather have some fuel in there now before we get to North Carolina, because North Carolina's fuel is a little bit more expensive than South Carolina. I don't know why. There we go. But yeah, let's get to 72 and see if their network's working. Not 100% sure I've ever stopped here. I don't know. Don't think so though. Exit 72. Another nice new 7-Eleven. Let's just see if their fuel network's working. All right. Where's truck entrance? Are we all the same? I think so. Yeah, because up there's a dealership, like a Chrysler Jeep. All right. Gotcha, Honda. Thank you, thank you. There we go. See what they got going on. Let's cross our fingers. Looks like it's working. How you doing, bud? Can I turn on pump 19 with a fuel card?
Yes, sir.
And by golly, it's working. Oh yeah, let's go pump some fuel. There's that Gaffney Peach over there, and it must be harvest time for the hay, because there's a bunch of hay bales lined up everywhere. We're just like in the middle of fields. Casey even noticed it when we were driving. Where were we going? I think just to pick up this load, there was a bunch of hay bales painted kind of like red, white, and blue, like flags. It was pretty cool. Must took them some time to do that, but probably at least 10 of them out there painted like the flag. Pretty cool. Doing construction over here, moving something, some wood poles, probably for a fence. Oh yeah. But yeah, cruising, no problems, can't complain. Welcome to North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Not far away from where we live. A good little 75 miles. Well, we're exits 50 is where I go down. Less than that. So it's 55 miles to get to the state line. Heading out towards, heading up 85, I guess, into Virginia and all that stuff. Keep going. But yeah, Kings Mountain, 9 miles away. We're kind of going up the Gastonia area. Way station is open. Let's see if they're actually checking or just rolling through. I don't know. Everybody's stopping in. Uh-oh, that guy just pulled out. Said that Toyota. All right, so we got. Says maintain 30, but we're already down to 20 now 15. All right. Man, oh man. Yeah, it looks like everyone's getting greened, but there was one truck that was over there, so maybe he's just getting checked right now. I don't know. Hold on through though. First stop is going to be 17, exit 17 miles into North Carolina. And they get 5 pallets, and then the second stop is later today, and they get 5 pallets. There's a couple straps dividing them. So he said, make sure that they don't go past the yellow strap. I said, all right. I'll give them what they get. But yeah, this is Gastonia area. This is actually where T-Dub's brother used to live. All right. And our new tires are doing great. Not sure if he's taking a lunch break because Zaxby's right there, if he's delivering there, I don't know. Well, no one's in the truck, so maybe they're just trying to figure out where they're going. I don't know. But this is that 321. It's always so busy. Look at that, the southbound side, all the way back up over the hill. Back to crazy. Little fire on that poor little guy, little trailer. Performance food. So this is the old Volvos. You got a bunch of nice newer trucks up there too, and a bunch of giant potholes right before the train tracks. The truck missed it, but the trailer took it head on. All right. Read the signs. Looks like this is kind of like a holding area till you get your appointment called, because there was a main gate, but it said inbound, go to door gate 6. I said okay. See if they take my makeshift bill of ladings. Super nice lady. Gave me a little paper. I have to call somebody else, and then they'll be the ones checking me in. She's just here to do the checking of us, I guess, coming over here. But now I gotta back in next to one of these trucks. I was hoping there's like a little shade area. 90 degrees, it says right out here. But we will make it work. It's not really, unless I circle back around, I can come out and back in. We'll see. Because the flipping around right here, not gonna happen. But if I go around to everybody, I could probably make it happen. But I guess I could just pull straight through, I don't know. And now, we'll park next to this blue 680 once we rip around. We are in a spot, and yeah, gave her a call, and she said, do you have a 5-digit number? I did, and it actually worked. So she said, you have a 1 o'clock appointment? I was like, yep. So heck yeah. Wait, she said once she gets to the door, she'll give us a call. So we'll probably turn the green APU on and hang out. Well, I didn't even get to shut the truck off, and she just called me. So I said, that's great. She said, do you have a seal on the back of your trailer? I said, I do. She said, okay, come over to the main gate. Gave that lady a wave to the right. You can see these potholes right here. You got a big one right there. And another giant one right out on the other side of the train tracks. So, yeah. Stay to the right over here and try to avoid those. Need to fill those in. Come on. Save the suspension. But yeah, let's go back to the guard check. She said stay in the far right lane. I said no problem. Super nice people right there at the check-in spot. They were kind of funny, joking with each other. And they said, go on to door 41. And I said, hey, is there any way to talk to anybody over here? So that they don't take the whole load off the trailer because there's 2 stops. And he's like, they should know. I'm like, I just hope they don't pull the whole load off the trailer. Because there's, like I said, there's two stops. So we'll see. All right. They're doing some pre-trips on those trucks. 41 is actually right there. It looks like it might be an easy back. Okay. Let's do it. Let's find the gear, Justin. Find the gear first. All right. Yeah, because if we go straight out to the right here, we'll be able to back right into it. We just got to open our door first. Get out of the way. There's a guy coming up behind me. One of the guys that works here. All right, 41 right next to Swift. Kind of what you don't want to see, but well, for the Swift truck next to, hopefully somebody was unfortunately hit them and they didn't hit anybody else. But we're in there. 41 is ours. Just sitting here hanging out, and it is a relay code payment for your lumper, $175. Just unload 5 pallets. They were done. I'm just grateful they were done within 10 minutes of hitting the door. So it says wait to pull out, wait for your bills. So we're almost done. On to the next. We are out of here. Only a half an hour past our appointment time, which is unheard of for the food service places. If you ever get a Cisco, what's the other one, McLean, all these food service places, oh yeah, you might be there a while. So I'm very grateful for that because sometimes it's a good 6 to 8 hours. So the reviews in this next place, not so great, but our appointment's later in the day. So we'll just take a nap, and when they finish, you know. Let's get over there though. Maybe take a stop on the way. I have a good amount of time till my next drop, so don't want to get there too early like those guys that were waiting in a waiting lot. But don't want to be late, of course, especially not with these food places. But anyways, I want to go back, a little nostalgia. Little trip about 5 miles off to the east from right here. I'm going to see if it's even a possibility, but if it is, it might be pretty cool. But before I do take that little journey, I'm hungry. Oh yeah, just had a little bit of something at 7-Eleven back in the morning, but nothing big. So let's go ahead and get some authentic Mexican. And you gotta love when they have like parking for RVs. Oh yeah. Sure, it's great for bobtail. Probably not with your trailer. Definitely not with your trailer. But it's also KFC. Oh yeah. Maybe I'll get a KFC bowl too. I don't know. Never heard of it, but poured a little bit of it in my cup, and it was pretty good. But I'm going for Diet Mountain Dew. Nice lady, she gave me a free drink. I love it. But yeah, mango-y. Good song. Aerosmith. I did a little bit of chicken and a little bit of authentic Mexican. Oh yeah. All right, let's see if we can get this. Something's on my mind. I knew I was driving right by it. I'm going through Denver, North Carolina. So I was like, I remember that city from a long time ago. Well, there's some boats over to the right. We actually went right there. If you're new to the channel or if you have been here for a long time, they got a boat up on top of the building. 11 years ago almost to the day, that dock straight ahead with the little brown on it, that's the first place I ever laid eyes on, straight ahead to the left. It's gonna be disappearing right now. That's the first place I ever laid eyes on T-Ducks, which is crazy to think of. The story goes, it's a long story, but the cliff notes is I visited my brother, and this is the house that he rented right here. So I said, man, I'd love to go see that house again. I don't know if it's still a rental. It looks like there's a boat there, so I don't want to interrupt anybody, but super cool too. The house is right there to my left. I can see it. That's awesome. That is so cool. So I just wanted to drive by it, maybe shoot a picture to the trees, and just bring back memories. I'm a nostalgia kind of guy, so meeting her, and that's what happened. I wasn't even going to come on the trip, but my brother's like, hey, come on, man, come see your nieces. They would love to see you, because I lived out in Arizona, so this is a little bit of a flight for me. Booked it last minute and came out, said I'll go out there, I'll see Uncle Jason. And yeah, it was a great time, but I was bored just kind of sitting out here, and I set my This is when the dating apps just started coming out for your phone. So there was a good old one called Tinder, and I said, I wonder who's around here. I'll just set it up for like whatever. And I saw T-Dub hugging her dad on his shoulders, like her arms around his shoulders, hugging him like in front of their fireplace. I was like, well, that's pretty tall blonde. That's my kind of my cup of tea. So didn't think nothing was gonna happen with it, but here we are, 11 years later. It's so crazy. So here's the road here. I gotta find somewhere to turn around, and this is not big truck friendly. I don't want to mess up anybody's driveway or nothing like that. So come down here and try to find somewhere to flip around. But there's a puppy dog. But down this road to the left, this is I don't remember all this. I remember the house vaguely. Remember what it was like inside. Real cool, like a 3-story. I remember the dock, but I was sitting on that dock when T-Dubs came across my screen. So pretty cool. Never met her on the trip out here, but we ended up talking for a month and a half, and then she flew out to Arizona, and the third day she was in Arizona, we got married. So that's the story. I don't know how tall these power lines. Yeah, I think I might have to go forward back into this over here on the stop sign and then come back out of here. But yeah, that's the story. So this is the house that I first ever laid eyes on T-Dubs. Wanted to come see it because I was so close. So I didn't want to bother them or anything, but the house is right there. That's the house we stayed at, my brother and us. I don't know if anybody's home. I'm not going to intrude, but I did walk kind of down back around the corner and took a picture in front of the dock because that's where I was sitting when I matched with T-Dub. So a little nostalgia. All right, big old girl. Who ever thought I would have been a truck driver, guys? Even when I met T-Dubs, I had 2 roommates. I had my house that I had in Arizona, and I just told her, like, hey, look, I'm not rich. I got 2 roommates, just trying to pay the bills out here. I got pretty much 0 help from my family. Well, 0 help at all from my mom or my dad. They got me through high school. I bought my first car, but that was the extent of it. Went to college and just kind of did my thing. But asked her, like, hey, do you have any like drastic debt or anything like that? She's like, nope, pretty good. Just I think she had like a $400 on one of her credit cards. I was like, perfect. We can work this out. So we just on a whim said, hey, we're both spinning our wheels in the dating scene. Let's just get married or we never will. And we're glad we did, guys. But that's the first place I met her. So yeah, little throwback to that house. And my brother, thank you, brother, for making me come out, because he's like, please, come on, Justin, come on out. And I said, I'll book a flight tomorrow. We'll see you later, Doc. It's right to our right. All right, we actually rented a boat from right there at that marina and had it out there for a couple days. Pretty cool. Taught his daughters, my nieces, a little bit of wakeboarding, so it was pretty fun. A little bit of tubing, a little wakeboarding. Oh yeah. Okay, back to work. Only 15 miles away from the second drop now, but we're gonna be a little bit early. So another little lake up here, Mountain Island Lake. I don't know, just sit there and hang out for a bit. But one thing I'll give to North Carolina, which there's a lot of things I'll give to North Carolina, is see all these flowers right here on both sides of the overpass? They do that a lot all over the place. There'll just be random beautiful patches of flowers on the highways. So I really like that. It's a really pretty place to see, especially on this little area right here. And if you didn't know it, that Lake Norman area, that is like NASCAR home. I did not know that. I thought NASCAR was kind of spread out all over the place. But a lot of like Hendricks, Penske, all those big teams, those big names on the racing teams, all the drivers, they all like have houses on that lake right there. So I never knew that until I moved to this side of the country. But that's kind of why all the racing, I guess, you guys know this, some of you guys know this more than I do, is kind of around here. Go down to Florida, you can come back to North Carolina, you go down to, or up to Virginia, come back to North Carolina, you go over to Darlington, South Carolina, come back, go to Atlanta, come back. So they always like recoup and get new cars, or if they're wrecked a car, they get what they need and refresh tires, all that stuff. So kind of cool, never knew that, but this is kind of where it, I guess, originated, NASCAR country. Like we passed Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet coming down. Here is that other lake. There's people on a pontoon down there ripping it. I'm not 100% sure I've ever taken this route. I don't think so, but I don't know. Maybe I have. I've been across this lake. I think so. I think I've crossed the lake. Just not sure if it's been on this road, but definitely glad we're not going northbound. Man, they are backed up. We're less than 10 miles away right now from the drop, but got some time, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to just get there and sit there, you know? Because because I'm pretty sure I've been to this one before, and it's one of those appointment only kind of places. Don't get early, don't be late. So then again, it could take it early. I don't know. It's only 5 pallets, but a lot of times that doesn't mean nothing to nobody. So we'll just keep ripping. Get down here to 485 and cruise on over. We're a bit early, a lot early actually, but it doesn't hurt to try. So I'm just gonna stop in here and say, hey, is it unloading starts at that time, or is it kind of just staggered appointments? I don't know. But we're not going to this one, we're going to the next one, unless that's the one. Yep, I just missed it. Just pull in here and turn around because it says no trucks down there, and that's the entrance he's trying to take me to. Oh yeah. Pull in here and say hi to this, what is that? That's a W9. What's up, W9? Flip around, he's got the smaller sleeper, but still a nice truck. And looks like those other guys are waiting too, kind of just sitting there, so. Probably doesn't start till 8 o'clock, I guess, for the unload. I don't know. But yeah, we're here. Nice guy back there, all right. They said driver check-in, a little shack, but I was just standing out front of him. He's like, no, you gotta walk to door 17. I said, all right. So I walked all the way down. Bunch of reefers, not a lot of dry vans. See if anybody's home. Kind of crazy. So one guy walked in here and walked right back out, didn't say anything to me. I hit the little bell. I think it's also crazy that there's no public restroom for the places that have like the longest wait time, but that is trucking. But out of those two guys, I said hi, and they just said, hey, I guess I should ask them, like, hey, anybody, because they walked in this room and then walked through this way. I don't know. So we'll just ring the doorbell again, see if anybody comes. I don't know. Okay, because I'm parked across another lot, so I'll kind of get in line, I guess. Yeah, there's like 4 already there, but I'll be on the street if I park behind them. Okay, just park where you can. All right, but 7:30. Thanks, man. Nice guy. We are back in the truck. Paperwork is on the steering wheel, ready to go. He said somebody drives out here with their hazards on and just kind of checks everybody in. It's like that guy right there. He's doing what I did, walking up there just to kind of see what the protocol is because we don't know. So I'm gonna lay down at 6 o'clock right now. Waiting for them to get here 7:30, and then I pray. I don't know if it's gonna be a first come first serve because it kind of seems that way with everyone just free for all at 8 o'clock. But yeah. Some guys were asking, how do I have my iPad or my that's what I use for my map up there. It's just a huge suction cup. They sell it like a pilot for like $30. So that's what I got. But yeah, we'll take some rest here, probably edit this video, get it out to you guys, and then see how quick it takes or how long it takes to get this off the truck. 5 pallets. All right, man, thank you. All right, he says he will call me. Please read. Put your trailer in drop your trailer and chalk the wheels, take your bills and seal door 17. Bobtail back out, designate park here of Hutchinson's on the map. Okay. Where's the bobtail area? Okay, back up front, I guess is the little X. Oh, those are X's. Park here. Okay, way over here. We're gonna drop here, park over here. All right, good old Sigma. Way different than the last place. There are trucks, probably 10 trucks down the street right now, and we just got a phone call, so I will take that. Door 20, because I'm the first truck to move, so grateful, very grateful. Let's get in there and get disconnected.
Yeah, he said their printer had broken, so he said they made a manual. They broke this. Okay, is there a way they can email it to you?
No, so I just delivered another load that was on this trailer too to the same exact bill of lading to Hickory, North Carolina, and they took it this morning. They had no problem with it, but that's the only thing they gave me because their computer wouldn't work. I sat there for an hour trying to get my paperwork.
I just had this problem when my manager was here the other day, and they told us not to accept it unless we get it. Then we have to go and try and contact them, and it becomes more work for them to try and get the bill legal. So if you can get somebody that has one, then email it to us. I can, you know what I mean? I can do with that.
At
but
8 o'clock at night on a Wednesday.
I don't know. I can't because I was told not to. You know what I mean? Like,
So you want me to just take it back to them? I could do that because I live right there.
I mean, you could do. You want me rescheduling it for tomorrow?
No, drop it tonight. I'm just gonna take it back to them. It's 90 miles away. It's South Carolina. It's only like 5 pallets of napkins. Like it's paper. It's only 5 pallets. I dropped another 5 today in Hickory, North Carolina, and this is the second drop. I had to wait 6 hours though between that one and this one. This is like paper product.
Like it's high value or something, right?
What's that? I know. Well, I even thought.
Hey, reschedule this guy. He's getting involved.
Already causing problems. I thought there was gonna be a problem with.
Go ahead. Well, stop interfering. No, you're right, man. No, we'll because if it was a whole trailer, it's because I don't have anywhere. I can put the 5 over by our OS&D.
And just wait for them to give you the paperwork.
More, it's a problem because I don't want
Can't store it somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, 5 I work for 5.
They were adamant about getting it here too for some reason.
Yeah, we'll take a copy of this, but then we'll just email the broker for the BOL.
Something's wrong with the computer. I waited an hour for her to print that out, and she made that herself. I felt bad for her yesterday afternoon.
Where you say the seal was?
It's sitting on the floor of the trailer, right in the middle.
Oh my God!
I know, and I didn't read that part until I walked in here. I was like, I can. It is always something, right, guys? Oh, well, now I can't get out. I gotta disconnect and get out of here, but we'll wait for. That's probably the guy that was in there talking to me. He's a nice guy, but always something. He said, "Hey, you want me to reschedule for tomorrow?" I'm like, "No, I want to be here at 8 o'clock tomorrow." So, but the bill of lading, like her printer wouldn't work. You saw that maybe yesterday's video. She had to like print some out herself. So they're like, yeah, we can't accept it. We can't give you a signed bill of lading, which the place earlier today did, until we get the real, like a legit one, which this is probably a legit one, but they want like their typical one. Always something trucking, but he said, you want me to schedule for tomorrow? I'm like, no, I live 90 miles that way, man. I'm not gonna wait till 8 o'clock tomorrow. Waste another day of trucking. Every day, especially with the way industry is right now, counts. So we'll end the video here. We'll get it unloaded at least so they get the product unloaded. He said, well, since it's not a full truckload, I feel better about like putting it in the corner and waiting for the paperwork. I said, okay. So, yeah, God bless you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Looks like it's his truck right here. So I'll wait for him to move on out and hopefully we'll get a phone call pretty soon and see what tomorrow holds. Sorry about the bumpiness. But yeah, place earlier took paperwork, no problem. This place, nah, I was told by my superiors not to accept paperwork like that. I'm like, okay, man. But yeah, we'll close this one, I'll edit it, get it out to you guys. Thanks for rocking with me again today. God bless you, and I will see you on the next one.